Welcome to We Gotta Unpack This Ish, okay? This is a space where we unpack life, energy, healing, and the stuff people don't always want to talk about. I'm your girl, Jazzy, but you can call me Jasmine, the galactic goddess, your homegirl, oracle guide, and a mom who has lived through the mess and is still learning through the journey. And for those of you who are new here, this podcast actually grew out of my brand, Jenna Marcella, which is all about self love, healing rituals, grounding yourself, and reconnecting to your energy. And honestly, this space is new territory for me. I'm still figuring out the format. I'm still exploring the whole why me, why now, and discovering where this journey is really meant to go. And I decided, instead of recording myself and staring at a camera and trying to meet the needs of what I see with other content creators, I just decided, you know what? Let's get back into the original format of podcast where I just talk into a microphone and we go from there. It takes a little stress off me, makes me feel a little bit more comfortable, and eventually we'll go back into the visuals. But right now, I think it's important that you guys connect with my energy, my vibration, and this lovely voice. Okay? So, one thing that keeps coming up for me is how important it is for me to learn how to ground myself in life. Because let's be real, a lot of us are walking around carrying emotional luggage. Old pain, old stories, old energy, old relationships. Keep trying to spin the block on things that we just need to let be. There's no more block to spin. It's time to drop them off at the curb and keep it fucking moving, okay? And the thing is, when we keep stuffing all that inside and never unpack it, we start energetically hoarding things that were never meant to travel with us forever. And if I'm going to be honest right now, some of us got a little hoarding ass energy going on because we refuse to unpack the stuff we've been carrying. Because I know I do. I know my attic got dead cats, dogs, animals, got cobwebs, boxes for days with dust bunnies and everything, mothballs that need to be cleansed away. Okay? Cleansed away. And let me just say that kind of energy can block the life we're actually trying to build for ourselves. Where we're so focused on what we don't have that we're not focused on what we do have and the solutions as to how we move forward. And I can tell you, I'm a true testament to that. All right? So, here I am. We unpack. We unpack life. We unpack energy. We're going to unpack healing. And sometimes we're going to unpack that messy, dramatic stuff too, baby, okay? So get comfortable because this is a safe space for you, okay? Today, we got to unpack some ish. And honestly, today we're going to start by unpacking this damn podcast. What does it mean? What is it about? What am I doing? Let's be clear. I be asking myself, girl, what the hell are you doing? I don't know if y'all talk to yourselves, but I have many meetings with myself. And like right now, this podcast, I'm a one-woman show over here. I'm a one-woman show with my brand. I created my brand, Janet Marcella, back in 2020. And now I'm stepping into this whole new territory of the podcast world. And truthfully, I didn't even plan on doing this. This was never part of the agenda, okay? I wanted to be in the background, sell my products, get models, get other people talking, get them going, you know? It's different. It's creative. But here I am in the forefront because several people kept talking to me and telling me the same thing. Girl, you need to share your story. Oh my God, you need to talk about your brand. People want to hear your perspective. So eventually I was like, all right, let's see what happens here. Let's figure this thing out. And here I am on episode number, I don't even know at this point. It might be the 100 millionth episode of We Gotta Unpack This ish format switched to number 30. Because I've been trying to figure it out. And I do have old footage that you can go back to and check out. Kind of see the growth of where I'm at and where I'm headed. You know, because if I'm being real, figuring out podcasting while also figuring out life can feel like a whole damn headache sometimes. But that's actually the point of this space. We are going to unpack things as we go. So today we're unpacking the podcast, the process, and honestly, a little bit of my life too. I probably should have named the podcast after Jasmine's adventures and her crazy mess. What the hell would she do next? But let me just start like this. I'm almost 40 years old. June, baby, June 3rd, Gemini over here. Okay, shout out to all my twins. But also, too, I'm a mother of 3 beautiful children. And right now, my life is all over the place, all over the place. But not really. It's like organized chaos. It's not like crazy, crazy, crazy chaos. So right now, I'm actually currently separated from my husband. It's been about 8 months now. We're going on 8 months. And child, I've been patting around with filing for a damn divorce. I don't know what I'm holding on to. I don't know why I just won't walk away. Of course, there's always going to be still a little bit of love, but child, we've been separated for 8 months. We live in completely 2 different counties. We barely talk. We only talk when we exchange our daughter. And we have a really good relationship, honestly. But I think both of us are just trying to figure out what do our lives look like now, you know? Because honestly, divorce isn't really the biggest thing on my mind right now. I got way bigger fish to fry. I got to get on my feet. You know what I'm saying? And so what really is on my mind is realizing that I've got a lot of ish to unpack in my life. And I feel like this podcast might actually be the thing that helps me release some of it. Now, I will say all this. The stuff I recorded before this episode, I do love it. I love all my previous unpacking-ish episodes. Even the first crunchy dry one. Looking like a news reporter talking in circles. But these episodes have really helped me to release things I had been holding on to for like a really fucking long time. And at the same time, I've been over here trying to figure out how the hell to run a damn format and podcast when I really don't know what I'm doing. I even took a free class at the library. Y'all get your library cards. I have a library card. And I learned quite a bit, asked a lot of questions, learned how to use some of these tools. But I'm just not an engineer or, I had to re-record this episode right now because the microphone that I thought was charged, I'm over here just talking and to go back and replay and realize there's nothing being recorded. So now I got to do this all over again. And let me just say, the last time I tried doing something like this, it stressed me the hell out. I mean, so bad it jacked up my whole nervous system. I was overwhelmed, suppressing a lot of what I was feeling, and eventually I just fucking quit for 2 years. But here I am. I'm back. She's here and she's ready. And the question I keep asking myself is, what the hell has changed? What's going on? And honestly, I really think I finally learned how to ground myself in life, just in general, like just ground my mental. I created these spiritual tools through my brand, Jenna Marcella. I'm a psychic. I practice mediumship, energy healing and reading. I'm a Reiki master. I do some root work. All of that spiritual practitioner life-ish, okay? But the funny thing is, I wasn't using the tools on myself. And the tools that I created for other people now have ended up helping me get through my own life. Like me actually utilizing Janet Marcella and truly understanding the significance of why I created this brand back in 2020. And it's not on some robotic, like, hi, I made this because I want to be a spiritual practitioner and I want to cleanse everybody. No. I want to learn how to ground. I want to learn how to pour back into myself. I want to learn how to see me, affirm me, validate me, even through all of the chaos in life. Because let me tell you, I've got an oldest child, boy, 16, who thinks he doesn't need to be told anything. This generation of kids think they adults and they running it. And I'm like, 3-6 Mafia, who run it? Because I'll run you, okay? I got a middle child who looks just like me, who wants to be just like me. And it's such a beautiful thing. I'm her Beyonce, okay? And it's cute, but she always wants my attention 24/7. And that's hard, okay? And then I got the younger girl. She's almost 3. But she thinks she run the show. She is like little Debo from Friday. Give me my milk. I need my milk. Mom, you need to go get this. First of all, child, who are you talking to? Not me. And I literally find myself sometimes arguing with the toddler in the morning. Like, why am I arguing with someone who can't wipe their own ass? And then somewhere in the middle of all this chaos, of running around errands with them, making sure they didn't die today, making sure they go to their sports, have everything they need, trying to figure out my own life. Like, I'm in all of this chaos, and I'm trying to sit down and still record a podcast episode and figure out things like, why me? Why now? What's the purpose of this damn podcast? Why am I even doing this right now when I really just want to sell my grounding sprays and my scrubs and my spiritual baths? And it's really easy to get so disheveled trying to figure all that out, right? So what I'm realizing now is maybe I don't need to have all this figured out. I need to just kind of flow with the spirit. And maybe this space is just meant to be exactly what the title says. A place where I can unpack. Because when I hold everything inside and end up carrying all this emotional luggage everywhere I go, if I don't ever open these bags up, I'm going to start building up that hoarding-ass energy that keeps me stuck. And like I said, my attic is full of stuff. And maybe some dead kitty cats or some rodents. I don't know. But I know what? I'm cleaning it all out. So maybe this podcast I kind of figure out is me learning out loud. And you're learning with me. And if you want to be a part of this adventure and journey, I welcome it. You know, talking about the things that I don't always like to talk about, the messy stuff, the real stuff, the life lessons, the BTA, the belt to ass that I be getting out here in this real world. You know, kind of like the time I spent 40 minutes unpacking how I got fired from a job. By the way, I never posted that episode. And then realized through that 40 minutes of talking that I probably should have just quit in the fucking first place instead of letting them fire me. It was $12 an hour, y'all. Like, really. Okay? And honestly, that's just my life right now. Last year in November 2025, I had to make a difficult decision when my husband and I were like splitting up, that I had to move back in with my dad's house because it was either that or go to the homeless shelter. And child, I wasn't really prepared for that. And let me just say, like, moving into my dad wasn't really the number one thing on my list either. No disrespect to my dad. If you ever listen to this, I love you, Pops. But I live with my dad and my brother. My brother's, 20, about to be 21, okay? And they're just two men. So if you know how men live, then you know. You just know, okay? And then right now, we're in like a 2-bedroom house with 3 little children added to that. They're all sleeping in these little makeshift beds we put together. And I'm over here sleeping in a damn reclining chair. And let me tell you, sleeping in a reclining chair will definitely show you your age. Because my back, my neck, all the other stuff ain't happening. But my back and my neck, baby, I feel it. And that's just where my life is right now. I don't have a full-time job right now. I do Instacart. Shout out to Instacart if they want to make me a sponsor, you know, or sponsor me, whatever you want to call that shit. And honestly, I thank God for Instacart. Because when I was married, I was basically a stay-at-home mom taking care of my youngest. I was working that little $12 an hour job as a smoothie shop. The smoothie shop. Trying to work around my husband's schedule. He's a mechanic, so, you know, he works these crazy-ass schedules. And that's kind of why I couldn't work a full-time job, because we didn't have daycare. We didn't have daycare, because daycare is expensive. I can't pay a car note or rent with daycare. That's just too much. And then eventually, I got fired from that smoothie job, okay? As a matter of fact, I got fired last year. I think it was in June. Is it May or June? And they fired me via text message at 7 p.m. on a Saturday night, y'all. Okay? And I got fired, and then my marriage was already falling apart. If you go back to previous episodes, you can learn all about how that took place. My nervous system is out of control. I'm one step away from popping a shit ton of Valiums, which I don't have no prescription for, but that's where I'm at in my life. I had to pack up all my stuff and move in with my dad, because child, where else was I going to go? What was I going to do? And so now I'm out here grinding, and I'm exhausted, but it's okay, because I thank God that my car is paid off, and even though she needs some work done to her, I got my car. Thank God Instacart be coming through when it can. You know what I'm saying? Make my little money every week. And right now Instacart ain't coming through though, because them gas prices is eating every little dime I get. Shoot. But it's still enough to pay my bills, make sure everything is straight, my kids are straight, do what I gotta do, hustle, hustle, hustle. But I'm gonna be real honest with all of y'all. I am ready for some damn change. I am tired of this shit. I am not a young spring chicken anymore. My dad laughed at that. He heard me say it. I'm not. I'm getting older. It's hot outside. Georgia don't know what kind of weather it should be. Should we be cold? Should we be hot? My poor little 2-year-old on certain days when she's not with her father, she's with me, and we sleeping in the car, living in the car, moving around, doing Instacart. Think we was homeless or some shit, but we not, because we go home every day. But imagine having a 2-year-old, especially if she don't have a damn tablet, how exactly that could feel. And so I know if I'm tired of my ish, I know a lot of y'all listening are tired of your situations too. And that's why this podcast exists. I want my life to move forward. I feel like I have to open every suitcase I've been carrying around, because baby, I'm an overpacker, okay? Over the overpacker. I had to dump everything out. I'm going to throw some of this shit in the trash. I'm going to burn some of this. Ain't no Kalani folded shit going over here, okay? You getting it burnt, taking it to Goodwill, or whatever. Pass it on, okay? But it's gonna die at the destination, excuse my language, at the destination that it was at. Because I can't keep carrying all of it if I want to go somewhere new. And sometimes unpacking looks really fucking simple. You see it on social media. Oh, just do this and da-da-da-da. But it ain't always simple. Unpacking your ish, especially when you've been suppressing it, is a complex thing. It's so complex because you think you've healed, and then something happens and triggers you, and you're like, oh my God, I'm still pissed off. I'm still these things. So it's really about acknowledging, accepting, relinquishing, and then releasing these things and never going back and spinning the block on that motherfucker, okay? It's so complex because like the other night, when my kids were getting on my last nerves, I love my babies, but sometimes I be like, fuck these damn kids, because I'm with them 24/7. I mean, when they're at school and stuff, obviously not, but like, what break do I have then? I'm working, I'm trying to figure out life, I'm trying to get my business back up, I'm trying to find a job with a child that I have no child care for, and you can't trust all home daycares. I go on a rant all day like Vince Vaughn, but yes. So they got on my nerves. I fed them dinner, got them ready for bed and all that stuff. And I said, you know what? I need to go. I got to get out of here. They're like, Mom, where you going? I'm out. I don't even tell them. I'm out. I got in the car. I just was driving. I didn't know where I was going to go. Drove to Brewster's. Ordered the biggest chocolate brownie sundae with all fixings. And mind you, I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't really ice cream. But today, baby, she was going to eat something. And I don't know about y'all. I'm 420 friendly. So I rolled me a little something in the car. And I sat in my car for an hour listening to every damn heartbreak song and stressed out song I can think of, crying my eyes out, and destroying the hell out of some damn ice cream, okay? And for that 1 hour, y'all, I was in pure peace. Mom Island, baby, okay? Thong, bikini, G-string, booty cheeks out, everything, okay? And when I came back home with the biggest smile on my face, feeling relaxed, my nervous system was in a great space. I'm about to go lay down and go to sleep. Here come my little 2-year-old. She looked at me to my mom, where you go? Child, you don't need to know, is what I told her. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. I'm good. You good? She's like, yes. I said, okay, it's time to go to bed. And honestly, what I realized in that little ass moment in my life, and for anybody out there who's a mother, whether you're a single mother, you're married, whatever, we mothers always are giving ourselves away. We give ourselves to everybody but ourselves. That example I just gave you is what unpacking actually looks like in real life. Okay? Not some perfect 7-step healing routine or some, if you do this, you're going to manifest. I can't stand that. I can't stand that word. It's overly used and overly misunderstood. But unpacking, sometimes it's just stepping away long enough to breathe so you don't lose your damn mind. And that's why I be spraying my Janet Marcella grounding spray, Relax with Me, so I don't lose my mind. And I guess that's what this podcast is all about, is what I realized. It's just really about me rambling, talking about stuff. And if you want to join the conversation, you want to listen to somebody like me that you can relate to, that you can be like, girl, you know what? I had a moment like that. Or, hey, that's a great idea. Or, I hate to hear that for you. Hey, this is what this is. Following my journey as I rebuild my brand, build this podcast, navigate this. I'm legally married, but I'm not physically married. Raising 3 kids. They're all at different stages in life, and they're driving me up the wall. And figuring out how to get back on my feet, get back to myself, so I can eventually move out of my dad's house and do what I want to fucking do. I love my family, but I don't plan on living there forever, even though the economy is shitty. I'll figure I'll get a 1-bedroom, me and my 3 kids, if that's what I got to do for my space and my peace. And let me just say, part of getting back on my feet is getting back outside, baby, not inside. Because mama is ready to pop. Pop it, drop it like it's hot, the right way, not the wrong way. See, we learned from our old ways. I've learned from my old ways. No more low vibrational shit. Everything's with intention. Everything's about where I'm going next. Jasmine is operating on a whole new energy and frequency. And let's be real, that's probably one of the reasons why I shaved my damn head. That completely changed the dating pool for me. It completely changed my life. I like it. I love it. I'm free. So if you're listening to this, thank you for being here. Stick around, because I think we're just getting started with unpacking some real ish. And I look forward to the next episode with you guys, to follow me in my journey and whatever new shit I done got into or figured out. Because the highs are the highs and the lows are the lows, and baby, the lows be lowing. But you know what? Every day I find a way to wake up, unpack something, release it, and start my day in something new. So again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in and listening to me ramble about my journey in life and whatever this podcast is gonna be. Hopefully something resonated with you. You reconnected with yourself. You connected with what I'm talking about. Because, child, like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing with this platform, how we're doing it. And we just going to figure it out together. And I look forward to my next episode of We Gotta Unpack This Ish. Because I'm unpacking whatever the hell I feel like I need to unpack in those moments. Also, on another note, too, I'm getting ready to put out my website so you can grab my Relax With Me spray. It's a grounding spray. It's got Florida water as the base, frankincense and myrrh, lavender and peppermint. And I created this in a time when I was just stressed the fuck out and I couldn't think straight. Even like I want to sage, but I can't sage because I'm driving. This spray right here will change your vibe in a quick, hot second minute. So be on the lookout for that. Because this podcast is going to be sponsored by my brand, Janet Marcella. And hopefully one day we're going to go ahead and put it out in the universe. Instacart, because, baby, I give y'all all the glory sometimes. I give the Most High the glory all the time. But I'm saying I give Instacart a lot of glory, because Instacart really be holding a shit down while she going through it, okay? So, again, I'm your girl, Jasmine, the Galactic Goddess. Your homegirl oracle guide, and a mom who has lived through the mess and is still figuring her shit out. Okay? And it's got stories to tell. Until next time, thank you for joining. We gotta unpack this ish, okay?